Hi there, welcome back. Let's talk about Snap and Read and how we can integrate it. Whether you're a teacher, someone who might do pullouts for reading or other supports, or maybe you're a practitioner, we will talk about ways you can integrate Snap and Read in all of those settings. If you've given access to all your students, this tool can be easily integrated into your daily classroom setting and even into your curriculum. The tool can be used with student assignments, tests, worksheets, reading sessions, therapy sessions. There are so many things to think about with this tool. As you've probably gone through the features of Snap and Read, this will help you decide how and what parts of Snap and Read you want to incorporate. You can always go back through the student side of the Learning Academy to see how the tool works and think about the things I'll talk about in this video to help you understand what will be helpful for your students. So let's talk about how to bring this into your classroom or setting. The Read Aloud button or text reader is always helpful as we don't always understand or know how a student learns best. You can always start by encouraging all your students to use a text reader, whether you think they need it or not. They might realize that, I can really remember my words better by hearing them and possibly seeing them at the same time. And you might be pleasantly surprised that they may have some students where they've never tried this and can really retain their words a lot better by hearing them. You might see some test scores increase. You just never know. So maybe start by encouraging all your students to bring in a pair of earbuds to the classroom, or of course, if they're home, they won't need it, but just a thought. So let's talk about text leveling. We know there's so many different levels of students in a classroom setting. We know when students start reading, some are skipping over big words because they don't know what they are. Using the text leveler is going to simplify some words for them, so they'll continue to stay engaged and not lose content. Maybe some of you find you have to change or modify things for different students in the same classroom. So some might be in those lower vocab ranges, but now the tool can definitely help you out here. You can give everyone the same document, and then the student can now push the button and see how the words become a little simpler on their page. Or maybe as you use a text leveler on documents you're going to push out to your students, you can see what words are changing, and maybe you can now create a vocabulary list from those words. Just another idea. Outline support. This is a good way to keep all your students organized as well. You can actually have your whole class pull up the same outline, as we have 65 embedded templates in the tool for your students to choose from. So maybe you have your whole class pull up the same outline, such as compare and contrast or the 3 or 5 paragraph essay outline, for example. But now all the students know where the outlines are now. They won't feel odd man out if they actually really do need to use those outlines, or if you just want everyone uniform and doing the same thing, making it easy on yourself as well. So now they have some nice headers on these outlines where they can go and maybe start pulling some good information out of articles, ebooks, websites, or whatever they're reading, and have a nice content to now put maybe an outline that they're going to maybe create to turn in, or if they're starting to write an essay, or if they're just trying to get some really good study habits and gather their thoughts. If you're just creating some better study habits for your students, they again will start to be independent learners and really soar to new heights. So let's get them studying better, and let's get better grades. So with all that said, as we're trying to incorporate the tool into your curriculum and into your classroom, let's talk briefly about translation. We know there are many English language learners where English is not their first language. So having the translation built into the tool is so helpful. These students can translate anything on a whim using Snap and Read with over 100 languages to choose from. Students can access web pages, ebooks, worksheets, PDF, and be able to translate it. Think about their mom and dad at home where English is not spoken, as mom and dad might not know English. Now maybe the student's doing homework at home, maybe mom and dad are having to teach at home. And if they're helping them and they can't read it, now the student can actually translate it, let mom and dad read it, and maybe help. So just another way that you can kind of start to build community and get those students engaged. Lastly, let's talk about worksheets and PDFs, making them accessible. This is so helpful with the remote and e-learning as well. You can actually send a PDF or worksheet to all your students through your Google Classroom, email, or whatever format you use to get worksheets to students, and a student can open it in Snap and Read, and therefore now it's accessible. Being accessible means they can annotate on it, they can make notes on it, and be able to save it. Maybe you even forgot to send it or take a photo of, make a copy of it. You can take a photo of it and now upload it to yourself, send it out to your students. So making it accessible, the student can now annotate on that worksheet, draw lines, highlight, and it'll all be saved. Then they come back later and return to it with all their saved annotations. Maybe if they're taking notes that you sent them, they can highlight and they can underline. Maybe there's a digital book or textbook online that they're reading. Now they can have that book simplified, translated, whatever they need, all within the tool. So just thinking of all these ways to incorporate the tool into a broader setting is key to really supporting all your students who actually might really need this tool to be successful. As you incorporate Snap and Read into your whole classroom, you know those students that actually need this tool will actually use the tool, as they won't feel out of place. We know students don't like to look different, and most are pretty aware of what's going on. This is a good way to have all your students use the tool, and really everyone can benefit. And the tool will just be adding to the learning process. So just remember, we've designed our tools with all students in mind. We have learned that all students just learn differently. And there's some really smart students who struggle, but are so smart, you'll never know, because they're kind of flying under the radar. So try and incorporate this whenever you can in a global sense, but of course, you're actually reaching those students who might really need it. Next, we're going to go into monitoring data, talking about accommodations for 504s and IEPs, goals, and how to celebrate your students. So join me in the next video if you want to continue.